People who endured a lot in childhood don't just carry memories. They carry patterns. Patterns of reacting, patterns of expecting danger, patterns that were built early and never really shut off. And the strange thing is, these patterns don't announce themselves. They don't say, this is from your childhood. They just show up quietly in how a canceled plan suddenly feels personal, in why resting makes you uneasy instead of relaxed, in why compliments feel suspicious, but criticism cuts deep. When a child grows up in chaos, being ignored, emotionally hurt, constantly stressed, or never having a truly safe adult, something profound happens in the brain. Psychologists call it toxic stress. Not all stress is bad. Normal stress helps kids grow and adapt. But toxic stress is different. It's when the stress response stays switched on for too long without comfort, safety, or reassurance to turn it back off. Research from Harvard and other neuroscience centers shows that chronic childhood stress actually alters brain development, especially the areas responsible for emotional regulation, impulse control, and decision-making. This isn't just emotional, it's biological. But here's the heartbreaking part. The child doesn't know any of this. All they know is that the world feels unsafe and unpredictable. So they adapt. And honestly, these adaptations are incredibly smart. Some children become hyper-aware, constantly scanning for danger, reading every tone of voice, every facial expression. Some become the peacemaker, learning how to calm adults before things explode. Some learn to disappear, to stay quiet, unnoticed, emotionally invisible. Others figure out that keeping everyone else happy keeps them safer, so they become experts at other people's needs, while slowly losing touch with their own. For a child who can't leave, can't fight back, and can't change their environment, these strategies work. They help the child survive. But what saves you as a child can quietly hurt you as an adult. That constant vigilance becomes anxiety that never shuts off. Peacekeeping turns into chronic people-pleasing and emotional exhaustion. Disappearing becomes numbness, disconnection, or not knowing who you really are. And none of this means something is wrong with you. Then there's shame, often the deepest wound of all. Children don't have the brain development to understand that abuse, neglect, or chaos isn't their fault. Kids naturally believe everything revolves around them. So when bad things keep happening, the child doesn't think, this situation is wrong. They think, I am wrong. That belief becomes identity. Psychologists distinguish between guilt and shame. Guilt says, I did something bad. Shame says, I am bad. Guilt can guide growth. Shame attacks your sense of worth, and shame tends to stay long after childhood ends. Large-scale research on adverse childhood experiences, ACEs, including a study of over 17,000 people, found a powerful pattern. The more adversity someone faced as a child, the higher their risk later in life for anxiety, depression, addiction, chronic illness, relationship struggles, and financial instability, even decades later. But this is crucial. This does not mean your life is already decided. The brain remains adaptable throughout adulthood. New neural pathways can form. Healing is possible. It's just hard and often requires support. What makes this especially tricky is how subtle it all looks. It doesn't show up in dramatic moments. It shows up on an ordinary Tuesday. When someone texts, we need to talk, and your body goes into panic mode. When a small mistake feels like proof you're about to lose everything. When calm feels unsafe, like you're waiting for something bad to happen. Compliments slide off. Criticism lingers for days. You replay conversations, searching for what you did wrong, even when no one else seems bothered. These reactions aren't random. Your nervous system learned early that small signals could lead to big consequences, and adult life rarely gives clear danger signals. so your body fills in the blanks. This can also explain why many people with difficult childhoods recreate familiar emotional environments. They may end up in chaotic relationships, not because they enjoy pain, but because unpredictability feels normal. Or they become extremely controlling, needing certainty at all times because uncertainty once meant danger. Then there are emotional flashbacks. Unlike regular memories, emotional flashbacks don't come with pictures or stories. They hit you with feelings, sudden shame, fear, helplessness, without a clear reason. You don't know you're reacting to the past, so you search your present life for explanations, sometimes creating problems that aren't actually there. Healing isn't a straight line. It means noticing these survival patterns, understanding where they came from, respecting how they once protected you, and then slowly choosing different responses even when your body protests. It means learning that safety can be real, that calm doesn't have to be a trap, that your needs matter, and that you deserve care, not because you earned it, but because you exist. That child didn't fail. They survived. And now that child deserves rest, while the adult you've become takes over the job of protection, choice, and care. That work is difficult, but it may be the most meaningful work you ever do. If this resonated with you, please subscribe. It helps this channel grow and reach more people who need this message.